Okay, welcome to the general overview for the certification configuration. Remember, certification can be confined water, can be open water, and can be junior open water for 10 years old and older. And the reason this configuration has got a slightly more required items is because you will be in the open water unsupervised by an instructor. You become certified. You can go buy this equipment. You can travel with this equipment, you can rent cylinders, you can fill tanks, and you can go ZUBA diving without an instructor present. You and your wife can go ZUBA diving all day long. And you can even travel with this thing. So here's the required items you need to have. Of course, you need to have the Z float. This is the Z float. It's a bag. It weighs 5 pounds, folds up into one square foot. What's really nice about it is that when I get to place, I can unfold it, inflate it. You're going to see in that video when you click the dot, put the tank in it, and off we go ZUBA diving. So this travels with you. It's really nice. Of course, you're going to need a ZUBA hose. This hose is a rhino hose. We love it. 25 foot 6 meters. Gives you a little extra to come down and attach to you, making your max depth 20 foot 6 meters. You're going to need two if you're going to connect the two people to one raft. Although as certified, each one of you can be on independent rafts. So you can, each one of you have independent cylinders on the surface. A cylinder gives you right around 60 minutes of bottom time with 1/3 safety. Plenty. 1/3 of the tank left, you'll have 60 minutes for one diver. So 2 divers is 30 minutes, 1/3 reserve. That's 1,000 PSI, 770 bar, plenty. Okay? You're going to need a flag. Of course, the flag will tell people around that you are scuba diving. You're going to need second stages, 1 per hose. The idea of the second stage is that, of course, that interfaces with you. You're going to put a 90-degree elbow on that. That elbow is going to allow the hose to ride really comfortably from the attachment point to you. Because remember, you don't want this thing pulling on you. You're not pulling the raft with the regulator. The hose is attached to the raft and to you. It's tethered via these bolt snaps. So actually, you don't feel any pressure on the regulator. It feels like a regular scuba regulator. You're going to need to have an exposure system. Could be a shark skin. It could be a wetsuit. Could even be a dry suit. As certified divers, we allow even dry suit. ZUBA dive. Cold waters, you're going to need a dry suit. You're going to need the usual mask, fins, boots. Alright? You're going to need a first stage. This first stage connects to the cylinder. So if you own your own ZUBA and you're at home, you're going to want to have a cylinder. You can go into a dive store, you can get them filled, come and use them. Go ZUBA diving with your wife. On that first stage, you're going to need a gauge, SPG. Submersible pressure gauge. Shows you how much gas is in there. Notice it's on a 30-inch hose that hangs in the water. So you both calculate how much time you have, as well as you can always go up and reference. You're only diving at 6 meters. Let's go up and check it out. You're going to need a BC hose. BC hose will help you inflate things like the pontoons, which we'll talk about. The last and final required piece of equipment is what we call a buoyancy compensating device, or a Z trim device. This is required. The reason this is required is because this, never mind is a piece of scuba gear that upgrades to scuba no problem, but this you actually wear as a harness. What I love about this harness, one size fits all. Your kid can wear this, your 8-year-old can wear this, and you, dad, you can wear this. One size fits all. Slight adjustment, and you can wear it. You don't need extra small, medium, large. Don't have to worry if your kid grows. You buy your kid one of these when he's 8, when he turns 18 and wants to go scuba diving and become full scuba diving certified, he can still use the same system. Very important. The reason this is required is this creates flotation for you on the surface. So you can see it's a harness and it's got attachment points where the hose attaches to. Either the rear, the side, the left side, wherever you prefer. Depending, if you're doing frog kicks, you want it on the rear. If you're doing flutter kicks, you can have it anywhere, but not the point. So it provides the attachment point. It provides the point. 1 second. It provides the point in where you can put the weights. So you can put the weights up on the harness, down on the harness, front on the harness. These adjustable weights you can put wherever you want. And the nice thing about these adjustable weights is they're ditchable. So what's really nice is you can put it here and you can just ditch it if you have to. But the reason that you're required to have this is because there's no instructor around. So we want you to be able to learn to orally inflate this. This will give you 20 pounds of lift, 9 kilos of lift. So when you're doing an entry in California in the big surf zone, this will keep you safe. When you're wearing a 20-pound weight belt to sink that 7 millimeters of neoprene, this will keep you floating. When you get out to the site, you let all the gas out, and then you go down and enjoy your ZUBA. Now we kept this identical to scuba diving because we use this in side mount diving. This is taken from our Z system, which is a side mount system. So what's nice is if you ever decide to upgrade to scuba, you would use the exact same thing. There's no difference. That's why we even kept the scuba inflator and everything. That's why we're not promoting saying, hey, go get a snorkeling vest. What are you going to do with that? What's nice about this is scuba diving quality stuff that you can always upgrade. But the other thing is let's say you and your wife want to enjoy the sport of ZUBA together, but she doesn't want to go scuba diving. You can. You do ZUBA in the morning with her, you go scuba diving in the afternoon, same equipment. So this is required for the course. So, there's one thing that's optional. You can take the course, or choose to take the course, or choose to add your own regulator system. So instead of the regulator being connected to the long hose, to your mouth, you can incorporate a proper scuba regulator system. Now what's neat about this is this system integrates into the Z system. It's right in the back, you'll see this later. And provides you with a primary regulator so that you can breathe the primary. Provides you with a backup that's on a necklace. Well, the reason we like it on a necklace, it's always there, it's ready. So you give away your primary, you go right to it. You have safe second right there. But most importantly, it distributes the gas to the BC so you have power inflator. So you can power inflate and deflate. Unlike if you don't have it, you have to oral inflate. This means you push a button and you go up. The cool part about this system is it's completely compatible with the Z side mount system. So if you would be a scuba diver who wanted to go scuba diving, you would want this. Because what happens is you'll notice there's an input called the QC6 female, an output called the QC6 male. They plug in, so this comes from the hose, as you can see, plugs into the distribution system, and the gas from the tank gets distributed to all of the regulators, first, second, and so on, as well as to the power inflate, as well as to the dry suit. So this would be, it's optional, but this is a great way to make it safer and to make you compatible with somebody who's scuba diving. So maybe you, as a spouse, will be in this system, and the significant other will be in scuba, and you're perfectly compatible at 20 feet or 6 meters. You can share air, you can do everything. Anyways, go ahead, click on the dots, and learn about each one of these configurations in a lot more detail.